All right, welcome to another video of speaking practice. So in today's video, Miss Trúc from class IELTS 43, she's gonna do her regular speaking practice. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, you always are ready. Okay, so let's start with part one. I'll do a few topics here about, say, staying up late. So do you go to sleep early or do you stay up late?
I usually stays up late. Nothing special. That, but I want to stay up late. For my personal activities, such as uh, watching televisions, listening some music, and even surfing the internet. Because after 10 o'clock. I think it's my time to do some entertaining activities. I know that it can affect my sleep, but
Also can affect
it's
the
because
sleep.
yes, but it's become my habit, and it's hard to change.
Okay, and it's hard to change. So, did you stay up late when you were a child? Because sometimes it's a habit that we developed since we were very young. Or maybe it's things were different. I don't know. Depends on how you work, how you study, do you have anything to do? So, did you stay up late when you were a child?
To be honest, when I was a child, I slept very early, and I slept very early because uh, it was my habit in the past. Mm, I remember that at the time I s- uh, studied very soon. Uh,
So, you study a lot back then, did you?
yeah, I study a lot, but I always manage to
Hmm.
finish them early, and after that, I went to bed. Uh, mm,
I see.
before 10 I be- before 10 p.m. Yes, I remember
Uh,
that.
I
Mm, I
remember
I thought
that
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 I
I
thought
always went to bed before 10 p.m., 10 a.m., 10 p.m., sorry.
10 p.m. Yes.
Yeah, I remember myself always going to bed very early too.
Yeah, and um I felt happy because it helped me to stay awake at
To stay what?
at the morning, to stay awake
To stay
at the morning,
awake, to stay
to
awake.
stay awake at the morning.
To stay awake in the morning. Yeah. So whenever I have early classes, I always try to sleep earlier, but I cannot. It's terrible. Anyway, so what do you do when you stay up late then?
Mm, mm. And as I said above, I usually stay up late to do some personal activities for entertaining. For example, watching television. Uh, I had a habit to watch to watch funny funny videos uh just uh for just for fun. I think that, and after that I can have a well sleep,
Have a good sleep.
a
After
good
that, I
sleep.
can have a
Yes,
good sleep.
I can have a good sleep.
Well, but sometimes we binge. Sometimes we binge watch. Sometimes we binge watch so many videos that time passes by. so quickly, And then before we know it, before we know it, it's already 3 a.m., Trước khi mình nhận ra được, đã 3 giờ sáng rồi,
And sometimes I have insomnia, you know,
Insomnia.
insomnia,
Insomnia.
insomnia. Yes,
Insomnia. This means sleeplessness.
yes, and it, be, because when you grow up and you have many responsible, uh, you have to responsible for many things that make
Mhm,
you keep talking about, keep
mhm,
thinking about many things. Yeah, and sometimes I have insomnia.
mhm,
At that time, I stay up late and just and just lie bed and cannot sleep.
I see.
But it's just sometimes
It's not like I
it's not
always do that.
become it's not become
It's not
a
a habit.
sickness.
I see. All right. So, how do you feel in the morning after you stay up late? Imagine like if you really have to stay up late for like until 3 p.m., 3 a.m., and then next morning you have to wake up at 7. Ugh, it's terrible. Absolutely horrible. How would it be? How do you feel?
Mm. I think that staying up late makes people feel tired
Mm-hmm.
in the morning because we need time to recharge our energy, and having a good sleep is very important. So if people stay up late, of course, after that, they have to they have to have a extra sleep to recover
Of course, you
their
need extra
yes
sleep to recover.
yes because mm, you cannot focus on anything if your brain because your brains uh, are, doesn't work properly. I think that. And if you feel tired, some people think that they can have a cup of coffee to
Mm.
as a way to recure their
Oh,
uh,
it never really worked. As a way to overcome their drowsiness, right? Drowsy. It's basically when you like you feel like your head is like oh you cannot concentrate. You feel like really want to drop down on the floor to overcome the
yes,
drowsiness. To
yes,
drop
that's
down on the floor, chỉ muốn gọi là té xuống sàn mà nằm bất tỉnh thôi. To drop down the floor and
yes,
just go
yes,
drowsiness. I always
and
feel like a zombie, cảm thấy như con xác sống. you know in the morning after I stay up late I always do that.
yes. It- It's even worse if uh if you have to travel on the
Mhm.
road at that
abroad
time
abroad
on the road at that time
Travel abroad at a time.
travel on the road at that
Mhm.
time.
Mhm.
Yes, very dangerous. I think that. So, uh, if I have to stay up late and feel tired after that, I always find a time to take a nap to recover.
To recover.
Yes, before I go out or doing something important.
Mhm.
Yes.
Right. Okay, so that's 47, staying up late. Let's try topic part 2 and part 3 now. Okay, so 270. Okay,
Okay.
let's try. 269 then. Describe a garden or a park that you visited. So you can of course talk about a park or garden that has trees, or um, I think this question does not concern water park, you know. So maybe you should not talk about it because part three is all about spending time in nature or public gardens and parks like that, you know. So maybe you should not talk about water park, I think. Even though the only water park I know in Saigon, it's just yeah, it's been a long time since I went there. But maybe there's another water park in Đại Nam. I don't know. I think it was owned by Miss Phương Hằng, right?
Yes.
Have you been there? Have you been there?
Uh, yes, I used to visit there with
Ah,
my classmate.
must be
I
great.
remember, yes, I remember at the time my school um organized an event
Mhm.
for students. Yes, at the time, there's total the 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 total area which built just about 70%. Yes.
I say,
Yeah.
but you know what? I think water park are super fun. Why don't people build it more, you know? Anyway, so you should say what is what you did there, what it looks like, and explain how you felt about it. I really think that cities need more gardens or more parks. And there should be like, you know, restaurants in the middle of the parks, or restaurant in the middle of gardens, or coffee shop in the middle of garden, you know. The more trees, the better. I think so. Okay, and in part three, what can people learn from spending time in nature? Maybe spending time in nature, think about appreciation of the small little things in life. Trân trọng những điều bé nhỏ trong cuộc sống. Appreciation of the small little things in life. And of course, people can learn to live slow, to live slower, to enjoy each and every moment, not just always rush and rush and rush, you know. Life is about enjoyment, that's why. I think nature can really teaches us that. And spending time in nature, of course, it raise awareness. It raise awareness of environmental protection since people, why? Because since people will appreciate, since people will appreciate spending time under the shade, you know, under the shade. Con người ta sẽ rất là trân trọng cái chuyện mà dành thời gian bên dưới những bóng râm, bóng cây. So probably that will raise awareness of environmental protection, but I might be wrong, you know. Think about that. And also think about the fact that it can improve, it can certainly improve your mental health and mood, of course. And the next question is, should cities have more public gardens and parks? And why would you suggest such a thing? You know, think about the fact that we are living in a concrete jungle. You know this one? Concrete jungle. We learned about this one before. Concrete jungle. Nó gọi là những cái rừng rú bê tông, rừng rậm bê tông. Concrete jungle. Basically, it means that We are living in a lot cities that are surrounded by lots of building, and buildings are built with concrete, you know. And of course, living in concrete jungle can make you feel bad, feel more depressed, you know. Think about that. Think about the disadvantages of living without trees, you know. Think about those disadvantages. And also think about the fact that soundproofing. What is that? Soundproofing là việc nó gọi là nó khử tiếng ồn á, việc khử tiếng ồn á. Soundproofing đệm tiếng ồn, khử tiếng ồn is soundproofing. The trees actually helps in soundproofing. So it basically reduced the overall noise level. Nó giảm cái mức độ tiếng ồn nhìn chung. So think about that. And of course, it provides oxygen and things like that. Help with pollution, things like that. Uh, so basically, there has been research. They say that cities with lots of public gardens and parks, it reduces the electricity bills for what's it called? For cooling. Nó làm giảm cái hóa đơn tiền điện cho chuyện làm mát, you know. So that is a very important thing to consider. It reduces the electricity bills for cooling. That's why I definitely think cities need to have much more or many more public gardens and parks, I think. Nhưng mà cái vấn đề của cái chuyện là public garden and park, you need to think about problems with having more gardens or parks as well. Thường là cái cây cỏ nó sẽ hấp dẫn những loài động vật. Normally, if there are trees and vegetations, it attracts snakes. Có rắn nha, rắn lục chẳng hạn, it attracts snakes, insects, bees, spiders, etc. So think about those things as well. It could be dangerous for people, you know. And then think about the problem of having public gardens and parks. Um, so if you have more public gardens and parks, and there are so many people living there, it means that some people will not have decent homes to stay in, you know. The lack of decent homes due to having to allocate space for gardens or parks. Sự thiếu những cái nhà đàng hoàng do là phải dành trọn không gian cho những cái garden và park đó, could be, you know. So it leads to the fact that people need to live in very tall high-rise building, you know. So so there could be more trees, you know, that's a thing. And it can play a role indirectly. It can play an indirect role in increasing real estate cost. Nó có thể đóng một vai trò mà gián tiếp trong chuyện gia tăng cái giá bất động sản nha, real estate cost. I mean, it just indirectly, of course. So you have to think about the good and bad as well, you know. Okay, are such facilities useful in small towns? Thị trấn nhỏ nó cần những cơ sở vật chất như garden and park không? Small towns are of course surrounded by what? Small towns are often surrounded by vast fields. Những cánh đồng rất là lớn, vast fields, forest, or rivers, you know. Think about that. Do they need to have like public gardens or park inside a city? Think about that. So think about how useful it can be in small town. Những thị trấn nhỏ có cần thiết phải có những cái garden and park như vậy không? You know. And what facility should be added to public gardens? Những cơ sở vật chất nào nó được thêm vào những cái vườn mà công cộng như vậy? Think about public toilets, of course, public restrooms. Think about a convenience store. You need that. Think about a free water fountain. Những cái đài phun nước miễn phí. Think about those things. And think about wooden benches. Những cái gọi là ghế đá, ghế ghế bằng gỗ, wooden benches. Wooden benches and fountains, và những cái đài phun nước nữa. Think about you need to have these facilities, and also in parks or public gardens you need to have what's it called, street vendors, những người bán hàng rong, or small shops, small stores, something like that. Just be creative with these things. Okay, so wherever humans stay, they will need something. Think about like first aid stations, những cái trạm sơ cứu. Because wherever they're humans, they will need first aid station, if there are any problems with the health, Những trạm sơ cứu lỡ đâu đang ở trong public park xong các em bị đột quỵ hoặc là bị chấn thương, bị té chẳng hạn. Like for example, if people visit public gardens and they got a stroke. If people get a stroke or an injury, people need first aid. Think about those things. Okay, you have some time now. Okay, can you describe a garden or park that you visited?
Uh, okay. I mm, recently I went on a trip to Dallas City with my family, and during our visits, we explored an interesting children's um, att- attractions called the dinosaur park.
The what?
Um, the dinosaur, the dinosaur park.
The
It is
danger park, right? Công viên nguy
no,
hiểm hả?
the dinosaur,
A
dinosaur,
dinosaur
dinosaur,
park.
dinosaur.
Okay, so
Yes, um,
is it called dinosaur park?
dinosaur park.
Mhm.
Yes, uh, it is designed especially for young children and families, which makes it a great destination for family traveling with kids. Inside the
With children, with
parks
children.
with yes with
Family
children.
traveling with children. Okay.
For family traveling with children. Inside the park, there are many dinosaur models that can move and make showers, creating an exciting and realistic experience for children. Besides that, there is a squid buffet
Mhm.
joined with a spacious and comfortable atmosphere
Mhm.
for the adults. So parents can relax and enjoy some food, take a break while keeping an eye on their children.
I agree.
There are many outdoor activities for children to play, such as swings, slides, and climbing areas. So I think the layout of the parks is well organized and family friendly, and so it's very suitable for families with young children. It provides both entertainment for children and a relaxing space for adults. I
I
think
see.
I think I had an amazing uh,
Experience there. You
experience.
had
Yes,
an amazing experience there, right?
yes.
Right. So what can people learn from spending time in nature then? Nature can mean the sea, can be with trees and plants in the forest. It can be like if you are in the middle of the desert, it's also nature too. Mình ở giữa sa mạc cũng là thiên nhiên mà, you know. Or if you see birds chirping, if you see like birds chirping,
Mm.
những chú chim hót, that's also nature too, you know. Okay, so what can people learn from spending time in nature? Nó không chỉ về cái chuyện ngồi gần cây cỏ đâu, you know.
I th- I think, in my opinion, people can learn how to live slower and take their time to feel something that they cannot find in their normal routine
Uh-huh.
because um their fast pace and their busy and their busy days. I think that people can learn to appreciate the environment. They, they relax under the shade of trees and feel calmer and more peaceful. Being close to nature can improve their mood and reduce stress after long working hours. Maybe enjoy simple things instead of rushing on the time. Uh, provides people many uh, valuable um, moments in their life.
Mhm.
Compared to living in a concrete jungle, nature helps people feel more balance between work and personal time. Mm, Nature can place as value a value treatment for mental health.
Mhm. Of
Spending
course,
time
it's very good for
outdoors.
the mental health. Of course, it does.
Yeah,
If
spending
people
time.
have problems, doctors often advise them to go out to nature, you know.
Mm.
It's a natural way. Spending time in nature can means like, you know, sunbathing in a park, for example, đi tắm nắng trong công viên chẳng hạn. It could be one good way.
An interesting thing that the colors of nature,
Uh-huh.
such as
Green.
the green color, the blue of the sky, for example, is very good for people eyes and even their mm, mood. It can healing, it can heal, it can heal their suffering. I think that. In addition, people often feel more grateful for
Uh-huh.
natural resources.
Yeah, you can talk about natural resources now, những tài nguyên thiên nhiên nhé. Spending time in nature can help people learn many things too. You know, learn how to appreciate nature more, learn that everything in nature is not really just, you know, fancy. Nature can be very cruel too, you know. You can see like bigger animals eat smaller animals, you know. They hunt and they destroy, you know. They don't just like, you know, nature is not just like beautiful things, you know. They can be very crazy, they can be very cruel too. That's what people can learn. Thiên nhiên không phải lúc nào cũng hiền đâu, nó cũng có thể rất là điên loạn, rất là bạo lực, phải không đâu. Con này con lớn ăn con nhỏ chẳng hạn, something like that, you know. It's a fact of life people can learn, you know. Một sự thật của cuộc sống thôi. Okay, so should cities have more public gardens and parks?
Yes, I strongly believe cities should have more public gardens and parks. People people live too long in country's jungle,
Mhm.
surrounded by buildings and heavy traffic. Public gardens allow people to uh, relax and escape daily stress. Green space can reduce the overall noise level, making city more livable. livable. Trees also helps with shading and sh- and serve as a sound proofing,
A what? And serve as a what?
a sound proof-
Soundproofing and
proofing,
serve as
and,
soundproofing.
and
Yes.
sound proofing, especially near busy roads.
Soundproofing, soundproofing.
Sound
The
proofing,
soundproofing.
sound proofing, sound proofing, especially near busy roads. In addition, uh, cars can reduce reduce pollution, air pollution, and because it provides oxygen and pure air. So these spaces also people to encourage people to do outside activities such as exercise and socialize. As a result, public gardens can improve people mood and um, and provides a friendly environment for people to communicate with others, even they just are their neighbors, or even strangers. So therefore, it's good for people' mental health and very essential for modern cities.
Mm-hmm. It's very essential for modern cities. But the problem is you need to look at also the bad thing about it. You know, these days cities are very, very crowded. So everyone wants a place to live. Everyone wants like ground floor. They don't want to live like very high, especially like older people. Người già không thích sống ở quá cao đâu nha, thiệt luôn á. So more gardens and more parks means that less space for homes. So what is the problem with that? Can you talk about it?
It's also a problem that the government should pay their attention
Mm-hmm.
because it have a negative effect on human housing.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's made the living areas for people become smaller and the populations of big cities are becoming crowded. So it means the government should do some things to balance between creating creating a green space for
Mm-hmm.
people to enjoy and relax and 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 allocate uh, another areas for building house and residential areas for people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it should be a it should be balanced.
Balanced.
Should be balanced.
Balanced.
Balance.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. I think it's not too harsh for this strategy,
Strategy.
because strategies because in the rural areas there's many areas which is not uh is not
Yes.
chưa được chưa được sử dụng, it's not
Has
used
not been used,
properly.
that has
Yes,
not been used
it
properly yet.
has not
Areas
been
that has not
used.
been used properly yet.
Yes,
Areas
properly.
that have not been
Yes,
used
have not been used
properly.
properly.
Vẫn chưa được sử dụng một cách hợp lý nữa. Properly.
Properly. Yes.
Okay. Now,
So,
so okay, what else?
uh, so I think it can serve as a method, as yes, to as I say, to solve this problem. Of course, besides um, building living areas, the government should uh, mm, build a more populous facilities facilities.
Facility.
Yes, that attracts more people uh, who want to who want to leave the central areas to live in a far away,
Mhm.
because nowadays the most important thing that people are worried is about public transport and facilities that is convenience or not. That's
Mhm.
convenience or not. Yes.
Okay. So are such facilities useful in small towns?
Mm, mm,
Now we're talking about big cities, but
Yeah.
what about small towns? What do you think of that? Is it useful enough?
Okay. Yes, these facilities are also useful in small towns.
Mhm.
Although small towns are less crowded, people still need place to relax
Mhm.
and do outdoor activities. And public gardens have residents appreciate nature more
Appreciate
in their
nature, không có đờ nature nha. Appreciate
appreciate
nature more.
appreciate nature more in their daily lives.
Mhm.
I believe that children and elderly citizens love being outdoor, especially spending their time with their friends in in the garden or park because they provide a safe space for children and old people. Trees and plants can help reduce the overall noise
Mhm.
level and create a quiet place that's very suitable for people who hate the noise. Sitting under the shade is especially comfortable during hot weather. Sometimes people mm, feel uncomfortable when they forced to sit in a narrow space, such as in their house, for example, or in their room. Mm. So up to the freedom from their mind, people uh, want
Have a
to
freedom of mind. You mean like
yes,
to have a to have an ease of mind? You mean ease is
to have
basically
ease,
a noun, an
have
ease
an
of
ease
mind, sự dễ dàng
as
trong
mind.
tâm hồn,
Yeah.
có được sự thanh thản, sự dễ dàng. trong tâm hồn. To have an ease of mind is actually basically a very important thing, to have a peace of mind. Cũng đúng, có một sự bình an trong tâm hồn.
Mm. Be-
Also another way to say it.
and
But think about what I just said about small towns. Small towns are often surrounded by forests and big fields, you know. Do they really
yeah.
need trees, more gardens apart? You think so?
Mm, mm,
Nhiều khi small town mở cửa ra một cái là thấy khu rừng này.
mm,
Sometimes people in a small towns, they open the doors and they see immediately a big
mm,
forest, you know. Do they need more gardens apart?
mm. But if you trust in your heart, the feelings of being grabbed into a confined space can raise and make people feel lonely. So
Lonely.
lonely, yes. If they go out in and communicate with others in a opening space such
Mhm.
as garden or park, it seems better, in my opinion. Even a small town where people know each other well.
I
Mm,
agree with that. Well, so you mean they provide a space for people in a small town to meet up, right?
yes, yes.
You know, people in the small towns, they can meet up in the church or in public areas. Yeah, but you're right. You have an idea. Okay, so last question. What facility should be added to public gardens? What do you think?
Public gardens should include more sitting areas for people can rest
You
under the
mean benches?
shade.
Like more benches?
Yes, such as a bench and where uh, that have a roof above to uh, to provide a space for uh, talking and enjoy some natural attract yes. However, having uh, ah, playing ground for children are also important for family. Some people live in a small house and there are not many space for children to play. So mm, public gardens is a good idea. It should be equipped with more playgrounds and public facilities provides for children's entertainment. However, having more gardens can cause some problems, such as attracting snakes.
Nobody wants that, you know. Hoặc là chim nó ị lên đầu. Oh my God. I have seen birds, pooping on children, you know. You can have birds pooping, pooping on people or places, you know. Birds pooping on places or people. You don't want that. It could be very, very dirty, you know. So think about those things. Wherever there are animals, they will poop. They will lay their waste. They will lay their waste everywhere. Chúng sẽ để lại những cái chất thải của chúng khắp nơi. They will leave their, they lay or leave. Let's use the word leave. They will leave their waste everywhere. If people do not clean up properly, it could be a big mess. It could be a big mess if not clean properly. Okay, so think about what do you think about that?
Of, yes, of course. There, therefore, uh, proper uh, maintenance and is necessary to reduce these problems. For example, uh, we have people have to pay a tax for these public facilities, uh, such as for public cleaning and maintenance that maintain the public gardens and parks clean and uh, clean and safe for people to play and rest. So that's why a garden should also have a good lighting and security for safety. And all these things are paid by uh by 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 personal tax.
Exactly. All these things are paid by um they are paid by tax, of course. They paid by tax. Được trả bằng tiền thuế. They paid by tax. So think about it. Nothing comes for free, nothing. You have to hire, basically, you have to hire cleaners. A lot of them, they have to clean regularly. Họ phải clean một cách đều đặn, thường xuyên đó nha. You have to hire cleaners to clean the public toilets and public places. They have to do it very regularly as well. And you have to employ workable machines. Mình phải thuê mướn hoặc là có được, mình đưa ra những cái máy mà làm việc được nha, những cái máy vận hành được tốt. You have to employ workable machines to clean public places. Chứ đâu phải tự nhiên ngẫu nhiên mà mấy public places nó sạch được đâu nha, nó phải có máy đàng hoàng. You have to employ workable machines to do that, to clean public places, and that costs money. It's paid by the
Yes.
tax, of course.
Even cost a lot of
A lot of money.
charge. Yes.
Mhm. Think about like big malls. You need big machine, industrial machines. It's called industrial machine, những cỗ máy công nghiệp rất to bự luôn á. To sweep and to clean properly. And in public gardens, you need those things as well. You cannot just use like brooms and mops, Mình không thể nào dùng chổi và khăn lau nhà bình thường được đâu. You cannot do that. But you need industrial machines now. Otherwise, places will not be clean for real, Nó không, nó dơ lắm luôn á. Đầy là phân của mèo, phân của động vật các thứ. Oh my God, it's terrible. Okay, so you have to think about those things when you add public garden as well. Không có dễ dàng đâu. Okay, so let's try 270. 270 is describe a challenge you have faced. Miêu tả một thách thức mình đã phải đối diện. You should say what the challenge was, when and where you faced it, how you dealt with it, and explain what you learned from the experience. Mình học được gì từ cái trải nghiệm đó. And then part 3, do you think children should play sports? How can children benefit from doing sports? I think these things you really know, you truly know how to answer these things. But how can children benefit from doing sports? It means like, should they do it regularly? Should they do it 3 times per week? Should they do it like once per year or something like that? Làm thế nào để trẻ nhỏ có được lợi từ chuyện là chơi thể thao? How is actually important. Like, should they play in the morning, in the afternoon, maybe in the evening, or before they go to bed, or something like that? And should they eat before they do sports? You have to think about those things. Có nên ăn trước khi làm thể thao hay không? That's how. How can they benefit from that? Should they warm up? Should they warm up before playing sports? You definitely need to do that. And you have to purchase and use, you have to purchase and use sports shoes, you know. Chứ không phải giày nào cũng làm được đâu nha. Sports shoes. You have to purchase and use sports shoes for that. Because I have seen many people, they walk on like bare feet, by barefoot, you know. There's some people, they walk and play football on barefoot, you know. Chân trần, chân trần trên đá banh. They walk and play football on barefoot. I've seen many people do that in my past years. Well, does it help? If they if they get injured, well, that's a problem. But you can get injured much more often if you walk and play football on barefoot. Something like that. Now, to benefit from doing sports, you need to do it regularly and coaches, với những cái người mà huấn luyện viên nha. Alright, so think about those things I just said. Khi bệnh có nên play sport không? When they are sick. When they are sick. Should they try hard to play sports? Bệnh có nên ráng cố gắng đi chơi thể thao không? Something like that, right? Does it have any benefit at all? And then what kind of sports are popular in your country? Easy. Do you think everybody should play sports? Bạn có nghĩ rằng mọi người đều nên chơi thể thao không? So think about what I just said. Disabled people, for example. Disabled people, người tàn tật, người khuyết tật chẳng hạn. Should they play sports? Blind people, should they play sports? Deaf and mute. Deaf and mute people, should they play sports? Là người điếc và mute là câm, người điếc và câm có nên chơi thể thao không? How about blind people? Think about those people. No. Hãy nghĩ về những đối tượng đặc biệt, like think about special groups of people who suffer from health problems. Or health issues. Should they play sports? Think about those things. Okay, so topic part 2 and 3. You have some time to think now. Okay, please describe a challenge you have faced.
Okay. The first thing that comes to my mind is the time when I had to work alone because my teammates regularly resign. And
So they resign and all the job have to be done by you. So
the company did not allow us to hire new staff. This happened.
So all my colleagues resigned.
My teammates resigned. Yeah, resigned. This happened around 2024 when the economy was truly difficult and many companies had to cut their workforce in this way. As a result, the remaining employees were expected to work much harder and take on the workload of several people.
They had to lay off their workforce, actually.
At the time, I was honestly overwhelmed. However, when you face problems like this, it's important to communicate with your manager to find a solution. Before staying silent is not the best option. Since there were fewer people, I finally had valid reason to refuse many minor tasks that I used to have to handle before. That tasks becomes a company's cultures that sometimes very annoys. I also learned how to manage and allocate my time more effectively. Therefore, I truly value any challenge I face because going through them always bring some kinds of change, at least in terms of solving skills.
I see. Right. Okay. So it was truly a difficult time when you really have to deal with so much work. You really have to deal with so much work by yourself, like alone by yourself. When all of your colleagues or teammates just resign, oh my God, it was a terrible time indeed. I remember it was last year, right? No, it was like 1.5 years ago, is it? I think I remember you were very busy and you were very angry and also a bit angry and very tired as well. I remember that. So, Mr. Do you think children should play sports?
I strongly believe children should play sport from a young age. First of all, they should uh, warm up before playing sport to avoid injuries, and parents should encourage them
Mm-hmm.
to purchase and use rubber sport outfit and shoes instead of playing casually. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's quite important nowadays when children play sport. It can have them improve their health, their physical health, and mental health at the same time. People usually grow their confidence when they know how to plays a part because it seems when you're good at something,
When you
it's
are
raised
good with something.
when you are good at something, uh, your it's improve your confidence.
Mm.
S- Some children like mm, walking and playing football, especially mm, especially the boys, which can and this part quite dangerous.
It could be quite dangerous for them, yeah.
Yes, without proper
Proper
reparation,
gear, proper equipment, and things like that.
yes, they can easily get injured.
Injured.
Injured, injured, yes. So besides the benefits they can receive when playing sport, it's important for their parents and themselves be cautious
To be
and
cautious
to be
about
cautious
everything.
about everything and uh e- and
Equipment.
prepare proper um and
And
prepare
prepare them
proper
properly. I mean, chuẩn bị chúng một cách đàng hoàng, đúng đắn, đúng kiểu. And prepare them properly.
and prepare them properly. Yes. Overall, playing sports help children stay active and healthy.
Mhm.
When they grow up, they will
They will
think
get fat.
themselves.
They will get fat.
Yeah, many um sick can make them feel shy, just as being fat is not only harm their health but also um, harm their confidence. When you our when they get weight, they feel shy uh, when going out or being or being the in the public.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, so how can children benefit from doing sport? They must do it in the right way, no?
I think that children can benefit from sport in many different ways. Uh, physically,
Physically,
sport
physically.
physically, sport help them build strength, endurance, and flexibility.
And flexibility, yeah.
And flexibility, yes. It also improve many skills, such as um, as, such
Such
as
as what
rule
skills?
skills,
Kỹ năng
soft
gì?
skills.
Such
Uh,
as soft skill, yeah.
yes. If they blends sports can improve their skill, sự khéo léo á thầy.
Flexibility.
À, em
Agility.
tưởng
You can use the
em
word
tưởng
agility.
em tưởng flexibility là sự dẻo dai.
Flexibility là sự linh hoạt thì đúng không?
Linh hoạt.
Agility. I think agility is like the one word. When you play game, you know this word. Agility, sự dẻo
Agility.
dai, sự
Agility.
rất là linh hoạt.
Em nghĩ là sự khéo léo, tức là
Endurance, sự bền
endurance,
bỉ.
sự khéo léo. Giống như là khéo léo là khi mà làm thủ công hay gì đó thì là tức là mình chơi thể thao mình cũng có thể rèn sự khéo léo.
Dexter, dexterity.
Dexterity.
The ability to perform a difficult action quickly and skillfully with the hands. Khả
Yeah.
năng thực hiện những cái việc khó khăn một cách rất nhanh và đầy kỹ năng với bàn tay, đó chính là sự khéo léo. Dexterity. Dexterity, dexterity.
Dexterity. Dex, dex,
Dexterity, dexterity.
dexterity. Dexterity.
Dexterity, sự khéo léo
Dexterity.
với bàn tay. Sự khéo léo với bàn tay. So you know Dexter means like tay phải. Dexter means
Dexter.
the right hand.
Dexter.
Just to
Dexterity.
give you a feel.
Dexterity. Dexterity.
So the word
Dexterity.
Dexter.
Dexter. Dex, dexterity.
Oh no, it's not the white one I'm looking at. Dexterity. Dexterous. Dexterous. Dexterous, I think.
Dexterous. Dexterous.
Dexterous.
Dexterous.
So the adjective is dexterous. Mặc dù nó ghi là dexterous nha, nhưng mà phải đọc là dexterous.
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 Khéo léo với bàn tay. Bàn tay khéo léo á. Có bàn tay khéo léo. Dexterous. Cái chữ
Dexterous.
Dexter với là chữ D lớn á, nó là bàn tay phải. Còn chữ L là bàn tay trái á. Nhớ ngày xưa mình học cái đồng phân tay trái tay phải không? You remember? Dexter là tay phải. Còn cái chữ L là level, level và level and Dexter là bên tay trái tay phải, đồng phân tay trái tay phải.
Oh, I just remember L and D. I don't know the
Yes, L and
the
D
word.
is level and
Yes.
Dexter, you know.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Now you know.
I just remember L and D.
Yes. So L and D isomers. Isomers nó là những cái đồng phân isomers. Okay, now you know. So it can improve that. I don't really think that they can be improved in their dexterity that much, to be
Yes, when
honest
you
with you,
play
but
search
maybe
at
please prove me wrong.
tennis or ping pong, I think they use the skillful hand.
Mhm.
Yes, I think that. I really think that. Okay, to continue,
Mhm.
when they strength, um, um, in terms of mental health, sport helps children reduce stress and improve concentration. Very helpful when children have children nowadays have many problems with their mental health in their early age. So if they learn how to play a sport, it have them improve concentration.
Concentration.
Concentration, yes. When they train regularly with coaches, they learned discipline and responsibility at the same time.
Mhm.
Not only uh, a game to play, but also a lesson to learn when they play sport. When they play sport, they teach children how to work in a team with teamwork games such as volleyball, and many others sport. Besides that, it also helped them learn how to work alone, such as playing badminton or tennis, for example. In addition, being active when going out and play with other children
Mhm.
also help them prevent.
Nó xây dựng cái tinh thần đồng đội và kỹ năng giao tiếp nha. It helps them learn how to speak, learn how to communicate, and help them learn team spirits, you know.
Hmm,
They learn
Prevention.
how to communicate better, how to um, how to be in a team, là thế nào để trong một đội, tức là thế nào để thành một thành viên tốt á, how to be in a team, how to be a good teammate, how to work together with people, how to work together with others. And also, yeah, that's a lot of skills.
Hmm. Because playing together is a effective way to make friends and strengthens new relationship with their peers. So there are many benefits when children play sport. It also prevents problems in social communications in their later in their life. As you say, because they learn how to communicate better, how to be in a team, and how to be a good teammate. So they can work together. They can work together with other better. So overall, sports contribute greatly to children's development.
Development,
Dev-
development nếu không hai nha.
Development
To children's development.
to
Mhm.
children's re- development.
Okay, good. So what kind of sports are popular in your country beside from football? Yeah. You can talk about pickleball.
Pickleball. I don't know much about this game. Uh, People say that it is a combination of tennis and ping pong. I don't know if it's right or not. In my country, um, football is by far the most popular sport. When you uh, opened when you open the televisions and mm, and turned on a sport a channel,
Turn on a sport channel, yeah.
yes, it's usually uh, for people to see a football match than other sport. And many people enjoy watching and playing football in their free time. I think it's quite simple for children to play football. They just need a ball
They just need a
and
ball and then they
a
don't
ball.
even need a field, không cần cánh đồng luôn á. They don't need a
Uh,
field, just need a place to play and a ball, you
just
know.
yes, a blanket place, and it's all they can
Mhm.
play together.
Agreed.
However, some children to walk and play football barefoot, especially in rural areas.
Hmm. They always
Ah,
do that.
yeah, even they don't need professional equipment. It's just for fun, and this can uh, but this can increase the chance of getting injured.
Injured.
I-
Âm
uh,
đầu nha.
Getting
Injured.
getting
The
injured.
chance of getting injured.
The chance of getting injured.
Mhm.
Besides, besides football, mm, I think,
Yes.
uh, besides football, I think mm, basketball. Also,
Basketball. Yeah,
yes,
basketball is one other thing.
also a popular part in our countries nowadays, especially for young generations. They are very active and love playing fast, fast sports such as you know to compare between football and basketball.
Mhm.
Time for a match of basketball is usually shorter than football. So for people who want to save their time for watching sport or playing sport, that's, that's why I saw many young people love playing basketball. And these sports are suitable for people
You
of
know, but these days, in the last 2 years, pickleball has become very, very popular. I don't know why. Do you
Mm,
know the reason why?
mm. To
Maybe
be honest,
because
I
it's
don't know
suitable.
much about. To be
Ah,
honest, I
yeah.
don't know much about mm, uh about
I
pickleball.
think
Yes.
I think it's basically very suitable for the general physique
But I don't.
of the
But to be
Vietnamese. Nó phù hợp với thể chất chung của người Việt, maybe. And
to
it's very similar to ping pong, very similar to basketball in a way, I think.
um, mm,
Maybe
uh,
because of that, it's getting much more popular, I think.
but I don't have a good impressions on this sport. I
Oh,
don't
you
know
don't,
why.
yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe because I think that people don't go to uh, go to the field to just play this game. It's just something other they do.
You mean they come to the field just to meet each other,
Yes,
just to talk, just
to
to
just to serve or just to show their um yes their status or something like that.
nó giống như là tôi chơi
Way
pickleball,
to
tôi thể hiện địa vị xã hội của tôi. It's like that,
yes,
right?
I have a lot of free time. I have a lot of money or something like that. I don't
Hmm,
have a good
interesting.
impressions on this game on this sport. Yes.
Hmm.
Many sports that just suitable uh for each class of people in this society. For
Mhm.
example, for middle class, mm, for middle class, people don't play gold, golf, don't play golf. It becomes symbolized for a higher class in the society, for the high status or something like that. Sometimes I don't I think sports also show the differences in the society and who they attract.
Ừm, nó giống như là hồi trước á, cái chơi golf á, thì dành những người giàu có Việt Nam thôi, lắm tiền, lắm thời gian. It's like I still have an impression that golf is a sport for very rich people, people who have a lot of free time, you know. And it's not really a sport. People go there just to show up their social status. I do have that impression. I still have that impression, you know. In Vietnam, it's like that, I think. So golf clubs are basically just like rich people's club, you know. Câu lạc bộ dành cho người giàu. Well, I think the same thing can happen to pickleball right now, I think. But pickleball is getting much more popular than I think. Nó vẫn rất là
Oh,
popular nha, I think. I don't know why.
yeah. Maybe
Maybe
I'm
it's like
outdated. But sometimes I just want sport is sport, and they should be symbolized for the basic
Mhm.
functions, for the basic function, yes, that that have people relax and improve social social health. Yes.
I see. But okay, so do you think everybody should play sports? Có phải có cái đối tượng nào không nên chơi sport không? Is there any kind of individuals who are not suitable for playing sports? What do you think?
There are always uh exceptions for everything. I think sports are beneficial, but not everybody should be forced to play them. Some people with um, health problems, such as heart, such as heart problems, they are not suitable for playing sport.
Mhm.
Or disabled people, such as the blind or deaf mm, and mute, may face difficulties with certain sport. People who suffer from health issues should choose suitable activity instead of uh, sport. I think just walking or or shopping is good for people to who want to improve their health in general. Not always people have to choose intense sport, even for their personal interest. Many people don't like playing sport, so they can choose other outdoor activities. Choosing the right uh, sport and equipment is also very important for people who are interested in playing sport.
Mhm.
Sports should be flexible and exclusive for everyone. To as who play sports should be cautious.
Be cautious. Có mấy người bị thấp khớp á, không nên chơi nha. Like some people have people who have bad knees, you know. Cái knees là cái đầu gối không ổn á. People who have bad knees due to previous due to previous injury, you know. Có những cái chấn thương trước đây.
People who play sports should be cautious and uh, place their attentions in their uh, health situations to ensure that at the time they are good enough to play sport or not. It's not always a rubber time for playing sport, especially when they very tired. They can be struck.
Mhm.
Yes, it's very dangerous.
Well, think about this one. A lot of old people, they want to play sports or early morning exercises or do early morning exercises. Play sports in the morning or do early morning exercises. People, because they think that is the best time. But the problem is early morning exercises in the early morning, it can be cold. It can still be cold. And
Mm.
there is a high chance, there's a high chance of getting a stroke, dễ bị đột quỵ
It's
nha.
strong.
Buổi sáng sớm,
Yeah.
tại vì cái nhiệt độ nó còn lạnh quá.
Mm.
There's a high chance of getting a stroke or a cold, a bad cold, a very bad cold. Bị cảm
Yeah.
lạnh rất nặng luôn á. A bad
Mm.
cold can kill you, you know that, right? Bị cảm
Yeah.
lạnh nặng quá có thể chết. Yep, or a bad
So,
cold.
so it's dangerous.
It is
Um,
dangerous.
it's dangerous.
It does not
Like,
just make you feel like you have no energy left, but it can
mm,
kill you.
yeah, it's dangerous. Like,
Yeah.
take a bath at night.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a hot shower after this class. So
Uh, Many people say that when you take a bath at night, it increase your chance of
I'm getting
getting
a stroke.
stroke. Yes.
Okay, I will basically use the hair dryer to dry my hair, okay?
Okay.
I'll use the hair dryer to dry my hair, okay? Because I'm not ready to die yet. Nobody is. Everybody, okay. So, what are the other problems? Should everybody play sports?
Mm. As I said, I think it depends on time and depends on each person's health situation to choose to decide to play sport or not. But in general, I think young generation should learn how to play a sport to improve their health and receive many benefits beside that, uh, such as enhance their chance to communicate with others, to mm, improve skills, social skill, such as working as a team, or the confidence when uh, doing something in the public.
Um, I
And
see.
yes, and playing a sport sometimes can be expensive. So uh it should be it's be it's yes, it should be careful to choose what's suitable.
You always need to be careful with that. Có nhiều
Mm.
môn thể thao không phù hợp với lại cái thể chất người Việt nha. Some sports are not really suitable for the Vietnamese physique. Like rugby, right? Rugby. It's a
Uh,
very violent sport. Rugby is even more violent than football, much more violent than football. I've seen people getting injured every match.
mm. I know this sports, but I even cannot watch them because it's
It's
so
so
violent.
violent. Oh my God,
So
it's so
violent.
violent. Look at the Western physique. They have bigger body. And look at the Vietnamese physique. We are different. I can get injured so easily if I play the sport. But Western people, nah, their body contain more fat. So it's easier. So it's actually easier on them.
Uh,
Cái thể chất của người phương Tây á, nó bự hơn về cái xương, khung xương, và nó nhiều bụng mỡ hơn, nó sẽ đỡ bị chấn thương hơn nha. But the Eastern physiques, I don't think so.
mm. Oh, it's
Oh my
too
God.
violent for me
It's
to
so
watch them.
violent. Oh my God.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe this sport just to show the strength of Western people. I don't know because I know that this sport of uh there is origin is origined
Okay.
for a long time ago. Yes, maybe
Hmm.
just to show the Western people strength.
If they want to show their strength, show it to the black people, you know? Okay, so think about people with disabilities. Hãy nghĩ về những người mà có dị tật, bị tật trong người chẳng hạn.
Mm.
So people with disability, should they play sports?
For
Like
people,
blind people, for example. Người mù
for
có nên chơi thể thao không? Something like that.
mm, I I don't know exactly what a sport that uh disabled people that's what sport that disabled people can play. It depends on their real situation. Maybe the blind people can do some sport that don't require uh don't require um
Don't
don't
require
requires
vision. Những
vi-
môn thể thao không cần tầm nhìn.
but but I don't
Những môn thể
but,
thao không cần tầm nhìn là sao?
I know uh it's hard to think about what they can play, but I still believe that there's some sport that they can do. They can play, yes. Maybe just I can't imagine. Hmm.
Imagine.
Because the advance of technologies, I keep my faith that there are many chance for the disabled people to have an opening opening choice for playing sport. I hope so. Because everyone have right to improve their physical health.
Of course, everyone have a right to
Yes.
improve their physical health, of course. I think that blind people, they should try to do gym only, because at least the gym machines, they are fixed in place, so the movements are controlled.
Uh,
So I think blind people should only swim or work out in the gym, because gym machines are controlled and are safer to use. Những cái
uh,
cử động á, nó đều được kiểm soát hết mà trên cái máy gym đó, cho nên là nó sẽ an toàn hơn. But they really should do it with the help of a coach, a PT, a personal trainer, something like that.
yes, I think there should be an observe and observer who
Mhm.
have them when playing when doing gym, because there are always um potential dangerous danger that we can't imagine when
Imagine.
when people can't when people can see them, when people cannot see them. Yes. So and a coach or a people or a partner to have them is seems better.
Mhm. Okay. So let's try one more. Okay, from part two. Can I please move? I cannot see the cursor. Oh, come on. I cannot see the cursor. Không thấy cái con giỏ luôn. Okay, so let's try a topic of part two. 41. Science. Wait a moment. This is part one, right? Sorry. 41. Okay, so 41 is about describe a time that you gave advice to others. Miêu tả thời điểm mình đã cho lời khuyên, cho người khác lời khuyên. You should say when it was, to whom you gave the advice, and what the advice was. Explain why you gave the advice. And then 41 part 3 is should people prepare before giving advice? Or they just give advice for fun, you know? Can advice have any can the advice have any unwanted consequences? Can it cause any unwanted consequences? Có thể có những cái hậu quả không mong muốn không? Is it good to ask advice from strangers online? Hỏi lời khuyên từ người lạ mặt trên mạng có tốt không? What are the personalities of people whose job is to give advice to others? I think we did this one a long time ago, but it's good to do it now again. What are the problems if you ask too many people for advice? And can you give an examples of a bad piece of advice? Một cái lời khuyên xấu. Like some people just advise you to break up with your boyfriend or girlfriend, for example. It can be a bad piece of advice, you know. All right, you have some time now. 41, a time that you give advice to others. Okay, please, Drew, can you describe a time that you gave advice to others?
Okay. Mm, Uh, yes. Mm, I think there are I think there's a bit of advice that I found extremely effective when I help our friends deal with a health-related problem.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that about a month ago, one of my colleagues suffered from s- a, s- a head skin problem, which caused intense itching and burning sensation, and not noticeable hair loss. At first, she felt very uncomfortable and stressed because the condition affects both her health and appearance. Unfortunately, instead of seeking professional help, she tried uh, several advice that she found on the internet, which only made the situation worse. So when I when I realized her problems and seeing how serious the sick becomes, I decided to give her some advice. Uh, that I recommend is a doctor that I personally knew and trusted, hoping she would receive proper treatment. At first, uh, she's quite confused because she don't have a habit to go
It
to the
doesn't have a
doctor.
habit.
Yes, she doesn't have a habit to go to doctors. But uh, then she decided to receive my advice. After
Mm-hmm.
visit the doctor, she was uh, diagnosed correctly and given proper medication.
Okay.
So this experience made me realize how important it is to seek professional medical advice rather than rely on unverified information online. Most Vietnamese people usually have this habit because they believe uh, in informations that their
You know, there's a lot of
acquaintance
people who
person.
give like unwanted or bad advices online, you know.
Yes.
Oh dear. I'll give you a word here. Unsolicited. Unsolicited. Not asked for. Những cái lời khuyên không ai hỏi advice cũng cho đó. Unsolicited. And unsolicited advice. Lời khuyên, lời khuyên mà không ai cần, không ai hỏi, cũng khuyên nữa. Or sometimes it can be a very terrible advice, yeah. Okay, so should people prepare before giving advice? What do you think?
Because it's what people say can affect others' decisions
Decision.
and the final result. So people should be cautious and collect enough information before giving advice. I think it shows their responsibility when doing something. It's not uh, it's not only about um, help others, but also in every situation, people should prepare carefully before giving their final decision.
Mhm.
So of course, people should prepare, um, especially the solid evidence to make their perspective become uh, more reliable and strong enough for others to believe in them. And if unwanted uh, if unwanted outcomes happened, it's still better than it's, it's still better when people have mm, a a right a right foundation to have them in the next decision. Be- I believe that
Yes.
yes, I believe that no one want their advice leads to negative outcome for others. So prepare before that is very important.
Okay, so, but you know, a lot of people they ask for advice from strangers online. What is it a good or a bad thing to ask advice from strangers online? What do you think?
Even, even a close person is not always reliable. So
Mm.
why people choose to believe uh, in some stranger online? I don't think so. Asking advice from
Mhm.
strangers online can be risky. Of course, there are some positive aspects. For example, they can receive uh, objective uh, perspective and emotional support quickly. When they ask
Okay.
a strangers, they don't have im, a cycle. s- mm, this, they don't have you know they don't have to worry about other who knows well about them. Sometimes it's hard to show your um, problems with close people. It seems more easy when you talk something quite personal with a stranger. It's quite weird, but it sometimes people feel safer when they have a deep talk with a stranger. On other hand, some
On
are
the
like
other hand, on the
on,
other hand.
on the other hand, some online communities are very supportive and experienced. However, strangers do not fully understand your situation, and
Mhm.
sometimes uh, their advice not come from their sincere and
Sincerity. The
sin-
advice does not
their
come from
sincere
their
of
sincerity.
their sincerity
Sincerity.
or
Sincerity.
their kindness. Sometimes people just want to
They want to sell you products, you know?
yes,
Và là những sale trên mạng không.
it can be uh it, it can they can be a strict or trap that uh people do to make you believe in them at first. Then they can um then they can thief your personal informations for with uh for it with armed.
Mhm.
Yes.
A lot of people like that exist online, you know, and they give very bad piece of advice, and it can cause so much damage. Oh my God. You know, like people who are around 40 something plus, and they do not have a good background in chemistry or biology, they just share a lot of things online. Những người mà không biết về hóa học và sinh học á, họ cứ thấy cái gì đăng trên mạng cũng share. Oh my god, a lot of bad advice. Đặc biệt là cái hồi mà dùng chanh để trị bệnh á, nhiễu chanh vô mắt để sáng mắt. Oh my god, it's terrible, absolutely horrible. Okay, so this Sunday no class, so we'll meet each other on Thursday. Okay, see you, Miss Brooklyn.
Okay. See you later.
Okay, see you later. Thank you. See
See
you.
you
Bye bye bye.
later. Good night, teacher.
Good night. Thứ năm nha.